Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this video we're going to cover kind of a broader topic, but focusing on some of the day trades from this morning. And the broader topic is this: sticking with the process. And I will tell you, because I've gone over each day's trade from May 29 to June 4, that being the stretch of time where post Memorial Day, even slightly pre-Memorial Day, but the volume started to drop, the participation got very tricky, and quite frankly, the intraday day trading clarity and follow through was pretty tough. And I have to always remember this, and this is part of being a trader, and many of you know this, is we have to stick with the process even when it seems we're not getting the results we want. And to abandon the process and try to reinvent it is usually a bad idea, or it's really a symptom of not trusting your process. So what do I mean by that? Just yesterday, I'll give you an example. We went 1 for 3 on our trades. In other words, we took an NQ, an ES, and a YM trade. All of them were shorts. We had tighter stops in the ES, YM, and NQ to accommodate for a lot of the lack of clarity that we've seen since just before and after Memorial Day. But the NQ worked great. We stuck with the process, got stopped out of 2 at smaller losses, but then the NQ follow through more than made up for it, and we actually had a really nice day. Today, we let the markets breach. Now, these are modifications that I like to make when I have a feeling that volume, participation, that crispness of the follow through isn't as high. We were foregoing the 5, 15, and 30-minute breaches, but once the market tipped its hand with a 30-minute breach, we are going to trade in that direction, in this case long today. And then with that in mind, we said, well, we want to either have a retest, which is what this second white dot is, or a retreat, which is what this smaller skinny zone of the white is. And these are the alerts that we sent out to the members. Now, we did get the retest, and I want to mention, if you're looking for options to get long BSA SPY calls, this is the kind of entry that you're waiting for. Bearish momentum into support, and then the rest of the day was great. We had a 27.85 target, and we had a 27.97 target, but that's not the point. What I want to really emphasize is we went through, and many of you probably know, a good six sessions or so where it was very tough to get really decent follow through or even a trade trigger. And even if it did follow through, it didn't progress by much, oftentimes stopping us out, or it didn't progress at all, and even in some cases went the opposite direction. It was a difficult handful of days. But what we did is we stuck with the process because, okay, we had 6 tough sessions. Well, we had 3 weeks of a string of these type of breach trades with, I believe, 1 loss. That's not the point, not the few losses, but just excellent follow through. In the previous 5 weeks, it was still really good. So it's so easy for the brain to say, oh, this isn't working anymore, and you feel the need, as I say, to succumb to the pig in the head, and you abandon something that you already know has a high probability of working well. So a couple words of advice. This is what that's worked for me throughout my career. I never look at a 1 day P&L. I'm looking at a 1 week. I'm looking at a 1 month. In other words, when I'm grading myself, I'm not grading myself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm grading myself Monday through Friday, or the first of the month through the, whatever the end of the month is. So I want to step back and look at, from a probabilistic standpoint, is 1 day a loser? Could be. Do I have 2 or 3 days that might not be so good? Yeah, but within the course of a week, am I doing okay? Or even better, within the course of the month, am I coming out ahead? Even though we had a difficult end of May, the month was still really good. Here we are starting in June, a couple early difficult days, but today we more than make up for a lot of that with a very conservative retreat buy. So really what I'm talking about the most here is sticking with the process. You trust the process, you know the process, make modifications. Maybe you don't take the aggressive version of the trade. Maybe you trade smaller size. Maybe you focus on the retreats or the retests, which typically have a more favorable entry momentum. Or you focus on perhaps only 30-minute breaches with tighter stops. I mean, there are modifications, but we don't just upend the process that we've come to trust. And that's pretty much where we are. I'm still very bullish on the remainder of the week. We do have our long positions in Visa, MasterCard, Microsoft, S&P, and NASDAQ as some of the basic positions we put on in the last 72 hours, if even that much, about really the last 3 trading sessions, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday. So we'll be carrying those to the end of the week, and I'll see you all in the premium update.